Hi all. So this is a surprise opportunity for me to make a video, and I'm so pleased it came about because we have flipped into the next decan of Libra. So I have been going through the decans and showing the tarot cards that correspond to each decan. Now, of course, the sign of Libra is overall ruled by justice for the sign of Libra, and then also the Empress for the planet that rules Libra. All right, so there we go here. Now we have, I'm so excited that it happened today, because on the 13th of October, which it's still the 13th where I am living, Libra slips into the third decan, the third 10-day segment of the sign of Libra. So that is from October 13th until October 22nd, when, it all flips again. So the third decan of Libra is ruled by Gemini. And Gemini, this card, I will just show you here. Gemini, the lovers. I hope you can see that. Oh, you can't. I'm so sorry. I need a wide range lens here. Okay, Gemini, right down here. Hopefully that will focus in. Gemini is, has the lovers. And I have to tell you something cool. I'm going to wait till the end. Okay. Well, not quite till the end. Okay. So Gemini, this card, to add to this last 10 days of Libra. So we have Justice, Empress, Lovers. Now, the Four of Swords governs this section of Libra, which, my goodness, such a relief from the last little decan. And lastly, no, I'm so sorry, I lost it. Oh, here we go. Also, this decan is ruled by the sun, the planet Mercury, and Mercury, heading on down, all the way down here to the very bottom. So Mercury corresponds to the card of the Magician. So this is a really powerful ending to the sign, to this transit, our collective transit through the sign of Libra. And I think it's so lovely. And to put it into perspective a bit, it feels like the sign of Libra is all about trying to establish balance and compassion at the same time, finding a way to, let's move those aside, remove those, put them here. There we go. Right. Finding balance and compassion, understanding that there needs to be a balance in self-nurturing and nurturing others. Not that Libra is selfish, but perhaps, I'm sorry, my cat's gone a little crazy. Perhaps during this sign, there was a need to assess and maybe think about boundaries, and I don't mean that in a very harsh way, but just really sorting one how one nurtures oneself and in relation to nurturing others. I think it's so lovely. Well, oh my goodness, that didn't work out so well. Put them right back here. Now, in the we just came out of the star energy, very healing, and that really does lend to some introspection. And the Three of Swords, well, and that's also quite an introspective card. I have recently felt a different energy with the Three of Swords, because my focus just keeps going to the center sword, which is the Ace, which is so I don't necessarily see the Three of Swords as a betrayal, but more of a bursting through stagnation. If you think about the Two of Swords that cross in tarot, that cross in front of a person, in, let's say in the Rider-Waite, and that is, well, that's a stressful place to be, like just not just being in stasis, but not knowing where to go, and it's actually quite stressful. So I've come to appreciate the Three of Swords as the Ace appearing and a breaking through. So I don't, I of course, like most of us would, consider the Three of Swords as a card of pain. I now consider it a card of breakthrough. And that's my story. I'm going to stick with it, at least for now. All right, so there was that. So the healing, that healing journey to get to that point, and then the Fool on the journey. So that was the last Decan, but now we're on to the next three cards, and so we have the Lovers, which is balance, a balance of give and take, and in a really positive way. There are so many similarities, as you may well know, in the Lovers card and the Devil card. I mean, they're usually set up in a really similar way, which is quite disturbing. But it feels like really having brought forth that beautiful creative energy. So this is, I feel like, so this is an energy to explore, just this bursting through. It feels very spring-like, even though we are in my hemisphere anyway, entering autumn, which is a whole different thing, which actually kind of figures in a bit to the Four of Swords, and I mean, the card does look, I mean, it is rest, but I also think of it as assimilation, assimilating the lessons that have been, not lessons, the learnings that have been encountered and yes, brought into one's self to explore. And yeah, it's really positive. And we have the Magician, and the Magician is all about taking that which we have learned and taking it to the next level. And the next level does not mean it's going to be big and splashy. The best next levels are the ones that are incremental, but at the same time at a firm new footing to one's trajectory. Did I even say, oh my gosh, I have so little time this evening. I hope I did say where all of these come from. Oh, let's see, did I? I'm so sorry if I did. I think I did. I hope I did. I hope I did. I'm going to look at the video and hopefully I won't have to make this video again. So anyway, my feeling is that the Libra season, well, I think it's a lovely season. Very balanced. And we're ending on a good foot for the next 10 days. So do I have it all? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. So now, one extra thing I wanted to say is that today Venus has moved into Aquarius for a little journey, which is so very cool, on this third decan, the culmination decan, or Decan. It's Decan. I think it's Decan. I'm sorry. Decan, tomato. I know. Someone had a funny, I used to know, had a funny joke about all of that. Anyway, and Venus, of course, is represented by the Empress. So it's really a beautiful, beautiful time. Enjoy it. I think it's something to be enjoyed. 10 days, yes, about 10 days. Enjoy this beautiful, balanced, restful, healing energy. Yes, embrace. I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Oh boy. Sorry. I chose a couple of decks. I'll use the Energy Oracle. I'll also use, I just got this one because I thought it was so pretty. The Chinese 5 elements. It's actually about Chinese astrology, which I honestly have not looked through the deck much. I decided I would just pull a couple of cards, or one card this time, and I just kind of absorb it visually. So let's just see how it goes. All right, starting with the Energy Oracle. I'm sorry. Just a message for this last decan of Libra. A card already flipped over. I'm gonna say it's a pretty card. So we have a man holding a coin, and isn't he lovely? And all right, yes, but you know what I'm feeling like, no question. But I feel from the look at this guy. I mean, he looks so sweet and playful and fun, and the coin means something that we can manifest, something gorgeous and playful and fun, and he does have 3 fingers on the coin. So think about how much you might want, maybe opportunities come along. Think about how much you want to invest. But really beautiful, solid, really beautiful opportunities coming that could be potentially solid. All right. And physical. And I really, I so get that with, I mean, I do think he fits well with the Empress energy. Yes. Okay. There we go. And let's do the Chinese 5 elements. See what we get there. Okay. We have wood monkey. Choose your battles. So I would say that I'm not going to take this as a negative sense, but look how this monkey is balancing in its journey, just always seeking equilibrium. And I think that's actually the message. Just continue to seek equilibrium and joy, because no one swings through the trees on their way to their goal without feeling a certain measure of exuberance and joy. All right, so just be discerning. Know which trees are the best ones to grab and which ones might not be the sturdiest. You never know. You never know. But don't close yourself off. Be open. Be discerning. Lastly, no, I'm gonna do a charm. I was gonna do an angel card. I'm always doing angel cards, and I do love them. But I'm feeling charmed. I'm feeling charmed this evening. And here we go. So for the last Decan of Libra, please. I have a 3-legged pig. It's so cute, isn't it? But it's a 3-legged pig, not 4. And that, I would imagine, it's an interesting movement. But what I am picking up for this period and from these cards is, yes, one needs to balance oneself, center oneself, and then find ways to include others. And that's the 3rd leg. So it's triangulated. Mwah. I have to run. I'm not alone any longer. Peace to you and much love. Bye.